Hi everybody and welcome to Bard Shots. I am Luke, your humble bard, and tonight I'm excited to introduce a brand new show, Bard Shot Duets. There are so many incredible two-player games out there, and Duets is all about showcasing those. So each month, two players will sit down and explore a different two-player TTRPG together. It won't always be me in the seat, though I'm definitely doing it for the first few. But we are starting tonight, if you couldn't tell by the way that we are dressed, with a Modern Prometheus, a gothic Victorian-inspired storytelling game by Mitchell Salmon. As we're in this bit of a gothic renaissance at the moment with films like Frankenstein and Dracula, it seemed right that we start with this one. A game all about monsters and men, creation and consequence, about a scientist and the creature that they bring into the world. And you can probably guess who's who based on how we're dressed, or hopefully you can anyway. But joining me today is the wonderful Becca, so Misty Moon Illustration, who'll be playing our scientist.
Hello.
Yeah, you ready? You ready for the chaos?
Yeah.
It is the first time for both of us to play this, so do bear with us as we will explain rules as we go as well, to hopefully for you guys at home to follow on. But the game generally works through a series of mini games back and forth as we lead up to a final confrontation between the scientist and the creation. And you get to decide throughout the game who is the monster and who is the man. So we'll also, through the mini games, occasionally be stepping into NPC roles, so we will get a little bit of a breadth of who we play. But Becca, if you're ready, let's get going.
Yes.
You don't need to look so nervous.
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, ready. All right. So, to set the scene a little bit then, imagine a city, cobbled streets running between buildings of stone as veins wrap around bone. The wealthy throw their lavish parties, convinced of their goodness by their fortune and wealth, while the poor toil and ply their trade for pennies. At the heart of the city lies the university, the locus of the pursuit of knowledge, of truth for the whole region. Philosophy, natural history, sciences, and studies that skirt the edges of the respectable. Lecturers shape the promising young minds of the generation, while students scour the library for overlooked morsels of genius that will give them a suitable leg up over their peers. And in an isolated laboratory, a particular scientist pursues dark knowledge that pushes the bounds of what we conceive to understand about the natural sciences, pushing boundaries into truly new frontiers. This is the moment of their greatest triumph, and potentially the moment of their deepest tragedy. So, on a moonlit night in the heart of this city, an unholy act took place. This was only way you can describe it. And a creature unlike any other the world has seen was born of dark science and the untempered pursuit of knowledge that would be better forgotten. So, we start off this game by creating monsters, as they say it. So we will take turn asking questions that are said to us in the lovely book. This game ends when we have both asked all of our questions and then each asked a bonus question from the list. So, my lovely scientist, I think the question is for you first, or you are to ask my questions first.
It is. I ask, you come alive in my workshop, born of my invention and my intent. Your eyes fix on me, and what do you see?
I think as I come to consciousness, still trying to wrap my head around what has happened and where I am and what I am. Almost like how a child instinctively knows, when they're born, instinctively knows their parents to some degree, whether it's through the blood, the connection, what have you. I think I look at you, and as my brain is starting to comprehend and maybe memories come back in here and there, words of family, parent, mother comes into my brain, and so I look at you for that moment and see a parental figure, though covered in blood, which is quite disconcerting, I'm sure. And I think I'm probably, as my vocal cords are kind of adjusting to being used again, will probably croak out a sort of but I will then begin to rise and stagger to the floor of the laboratory. The hiss and thump of your voices surround us. You inspect me. What do you see?
I see what I initially thought would be something to make everything better, but I feel that there is instant regret. There is whilst there is a wonder and awe at what has been done, there is that instant pang of, oh, this is just over that line I cannot cross back. That instant regret. However, there is the strange awe, like I said, of something which hasn't been done before, should not have been done, but I have managed to do it.
Yeah.
So there is, as well as regret and repulsion, there is a love and, without sounding creepy, definitely an ownership.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Because I did that.
Yep.
And as you rise, you look around my laboratory, observing stacks of papers tacked to the walls, bookshelves overflowing with the books and notes. All the signs of a singular obsession that I have created to you to fulfill. What is it that I want?
So I think, given this is in a Victorian setting, and your character is female in appearance at least, I think it's less about what you want and maybe even what you need, but it is a desire to prove yourself. In the university, particularly being a woman at this time, probably constantly being told that you would not be able to do science like male colleagues. Maybe you're only one of a handful of women that have been allowed in. Maybe you're the only woman that's been allowed in. And you have been trying to find a way to push the boundaries where they have never been able to before, to prove yourself more than anything. So I think I'm looking around, and that obsession is more than anything, it is what can I do that they've never done before, which, I mean, bringing something back from the dead or immortal life is definitely something they've never been able to do before. But I think it's a lot of that I sort of see as I'm looking around.
Who right?
Absolutely, yeah. Support women in STEM, everyone. You raise your hand to your mouth, shock at what you have wrought. I'm imbued with abilities far beyond those of a natural human. What unnatural strengths do I possess?
You are certainly more dexterous than what would initially have been thought of for something so raw, something so new, something so... These parts of the body were not alive. The rigor mortis should have set in. So therefore, the fact that you have got up so deftly, so quickly, in fact, that would allude to something more unnatural, something more inhuman. And as you step up and as you kind of steady yourself, your hand slams onto a desk to steady yourself. However, it cracks under the strength. And it doesn't break, but it cracks. This like solid wood desk. And I observe as it starts to crack along. And that is certainly interesting.
Definitely interesting, yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. Hang on. Let me just pour my tea.
Let's go for it.
I have made a teapot for this.
I love that. That's so cool.
Do I have to go anyway? So then I ask, why do you hate me?
I think as I'm sort of steadying myself, as you're seeing those bits of strength, and even I'm not fully comprehending, I think those flashes are still coming into my brain, memories of something. And I remember, whether it is, mine is probably a loose word if I'm made up of many parts, but I'm remembering a look of a mother at some point looking at a child with true love and compassion and wanting to protect them, and when I'm looking in your eyes, though there is that element of love, you said yourself, it's more about ownership, and the fear, or those moments where something's happened and it looks, something might have gone slightly wrong, those elements of fear that are coming in, but the intrigue, it doesn't sit right, and I start to step back, I think, and that's probably why my hand sort of starts to break a desk, because I just don't fully understand your feelings, and you're not looking at me the way I think a mother should. That's me. Why do you fear me?
I fear you because something in theory doesn't always work. Yeah. And the fact that this has worked, and whether this will come out in more questions, who knows, but something that she has been hoping you would fulfill immediately has not for her. You're not quite right. You're not quite what she was hoping for.
Oh. It's to me. Okay. I think it's on you question, isn't it? So you get to pick one of those bonus questions to ask me.
Ooh, interesting. So there's four, just for those that are watching, there are 4 bonus questions. Just trying to figure out which
which one you want.
one, however. Yeah. Oh, gosh. However, despite the fear and the not necessarily disappointment, but I reach out to touch you. May I?
Oh. That's a good. I think I flinch at first as you reach out, unsure of your intent. I think there probably is a moment where I slap my hand to it away, instinctively, not really to stop you necessarily, but misunderstanding, which I think probably hits your arm quite difficult, quite hard actually, as I kind of brush you off and away from me. And I think in that moment, depending how she reacts, if she takes a fearful stance from that, I would then try and attempt to flee.
She would.
Yeah. I think seeing the fear and seeing and being so confused at what's going on, I will attempt to flee. You try to stop me.
No. I don't make any attempt to stop you. You are gone.
Yeah, I scarf her off into the night, wherever I end up, we may see.
I would say so, yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Interesting.
That's our monsters created then. So we'll now do a back and forth between scientist and creation as we play mini games designated for each of those. So it will start with our scientist. If you want to pick which mini game you want to do, you've got a choice of 5.
Yeah, so a choice of 5, and I think we've said we're going to play 3.
Yeah.
So we don't want to obviously spoil the whole book for everybody.
Naturally,
however, it gives a good amount, doesn't it? I will go for. Oh, let's go for the mini game. Front the Board of Ethics.
Great. It's going to be really trippy to do this in this getup. Oh
well.
Absolutely. So, news of your experiments has reached the ears of the upper echelons of science in the city, and you have been called to answer for your actions to the board of the university. Those pompous fools who thought to limit your inquiry to their narrow understanding of truth. So, in this, I will take on the role of different members of the board. As they will be asking you or posing 2 challenges to you, to which you have to respond. If you respond satisfactorily, and if I don't want to challenge you anymore, you may get the board satisfaction and earn a coin, which will come into play later. For the board, I'll ask this of you actually. tell me one or two of the members of the board and how they generally are towards you. You can give me just general bits and pieces, but
okay, well, they're all going to be men.
Naturally, of course.
Let's just say that. It's just playing into that time of classic Victoriana, where yes, it's probably all white mustached men.
Yeah.
Who either didn't think she could do it, doesn't think she should have done it. It's still quite a probably fairly religious time, so it'd be the whole playing God. I would say that there's maybe like 5 of them or so that there's always going to be a majority, isn't there?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not happy with what she's done. I would say so.
Yeah.
I'm giving myself a huge disadvantage already. This is going to be really hard for me to
it would have
get
been
this
hard
coin.
regardless, but yeah, absolutely. We'll say they are all older cis white men. Let's put it into the world. Naturally, of course. Mostly religious, even in the pursuit of science.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I think even though it is science, there is still that fear of God, isn't there? And
absolutely,
what's right in the natural world.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, in which case then, we'll say the sort of head honcho, who will be a sort of white-haired, white mustachioed elder man who's probably been quite a thorn in your side in some of your experiments, or trying to stop you, maybe even trying to stop your entry into the university at one point or another. He sort of bears down at you as you're sat, and naturally they would be in some kind of lecture hall where they're sat slightly above, just to get that really nail in the coffin for you.
I'd like to have some kind of tea set, however.
Of course,
I feel
naturally,
that despite this, there is everyone's still drinking tea.
Oh yeah, it's Britain, right? They're still drinking tea. There's still etiquette to follow. So
we're all not monsters.
Yeah, exactly.
Or are we?
100%. So he bears down on you and will issue the challenge, but I will act it out to you, which is, what did you want to achieve by this? How does this benefit us in the slightest? The risks are too great.
I wanted to achieve something that no one thought possible. Something which none of you have ever deigned to dream in your sad careers, but something that I thought I could do, and I did, to prove that we can do anything that we put our minds to. And to be honest, it just shows that we don't need to rely on a god anymore to create life, to stop death, to bring back those we've loved and lost. It means that we could remove grief from this very world if we really wanted to. And that is what I've done. There are no risks, in my opinion.
Another member, slightly younger, probably sort of in his later 40s, is a little bit more sympathetic to you, I'd say, and will just kind of... What you're saying makes a lot of sense, but you alienated everybody around you. Your mentors, your tutors. Why? Why didn't you bring us in? Why didn't you let us help you?
They didn't understand. No one understands. Not when you lose someone so close, when you lose when you lose the other half to your soul, when you lose someone like that, no one else will fully understand. And I rise and I kind of clatter my teacup down.
There's a load of gasps.
This is something which no one else understands but me. And whilst there are other intelligent people here, I am smarter than many of the people in this whole university. And I just felt that I felt that someone would try and stop me. So I kept it to myself.
Another member, an older gentleman, like much like the first, will say, so you're saying it was for what? Noble reasons, for the good of mankind?
The good of mankind, the good of humankind. Anyone who has ever suffered a loss. We can put not quite a stopper on death, but death is the only thing which has eluded us as a species. It's the only thing that is inevitable in this life. Maybe not anymore.
In a very Victorian British University professor way, they're all sort of nodding and going to themselves. I think the head one goes, what you say makes a lot of sense. We're not disputing that. We're satisfied with your answers, but you must come and visit us, show this creation to us at some point. Then we can see about pursuing your research further.
Why? Why do you want to see it?
To prove what you're saying to us so that we can just ensure that it is safe.
And what would you do with it after?
It is your creation. We would merely study it with your permission.
Okay. Leave it with me.
Of course.
I don't know where he is.
I'll pretend you didn't say that one. No. Yeah, I'll say you satisfactorily, you've got satisfaction from the board, so you can take a coin that you can use later. Okay, minigame on me. We are going to do, yeah, well done. We are going to go to evade pursuers.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I love this. Part of the book, which, spoiler alert, or behind the scenes thing, has little like paragraphs which kind of introduce the scene a little bit. So I'm going to read mine out because I do quite like it. Which is, I was never meant to exist in this cruel world, and the small minds of humankind reject me. Feared and loathed, I was hunted through the city streets, seeking sanctuary. The slim moments crouched in gutters and under bridges. But those who hated me pursued me ever onwards. In this, you will be hunting me down. I'm probably going to say this is probably like moments after I've fled from your lab.
Yeah.
So people have spotted
I'd say
me.
that I instantly called for Scotland Yard.
Naturally. Yeah. And in a much different time to we are now, they immediately responded and started pursuing.
They were just outside. Yeah, they're just there.
Having a tea break themselves. So yeah, okay, Scotland Yard. So you get to play detective for Scotland Yard then, pursuing me down as I'm running through the streets trying to find somewhere safe. As the hunter, you will have take two tokens.
I've got 2.
Great. I start with none. We will flip a coin. If it's heads, I take initiative. If it's tails, you take initiative. I then get to pick. Basically, we will then pick a challenge depending what who's got initiative. So if I get to go first, I will pick one of the challenges, which will either advance where I am in the hunt or cause issues for you. Once one of us has got 4 has done 4 challenges, then this mini game is over. But we flip each time afterwards to see who gets to go first. I'll flip first. So heads, it's me. Tails, it's you. Tails, it's you. Of those challenges at the side, you get to pick which one you get as you are pursuing me through the streets.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's 8 challenges.
Yeah.
I will As an officer of Scotland Yard, I know these streets very well, and I will use the terrain to my advantage, flanking you and taking you by surprise.
Great.
You discard a token.
Okay, I don't have any at the moment. That's fine. I will honor it and say if I get a token next time, I will discard it.
It sounded the most likely one at the minute.
At the
Maybe
beginning, I agree with that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so as I'm running, like you say, you know the alleyways. I'm just running down a main street. You are able to sidle your way through an alley or whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll kind of, let's say there's two officers, and I will say, you head down High Street and corner him off. I will go this way, and I'll kind of pursue you down a cobbled street. Let's say it's foggy, it's nighttime as well.
Yeah, of course,
in the rain.
Just for the drama. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, I'll flip again. Tails again, jeez. This is gonna go quick.
I will use an object to distract you. Oh no, that doesn't sound right for me. Hang on. I don't know. Hang on. Am I supposed to just pick them? I do, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you pick whichever challenge you want to pick. You can repeat other challenges. Yeah, there are some which sound very creature coded as opposed to the Scotland Yard one, but it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I will stick to the same one, and I'll still use the terrain to my advantage. I will just follow you down the streets of the Victorian cities. And yeah, let's just say that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so you're still using the terrain to your advantage to head me off where I'm going. Heads, finally. All right, I will honor that I won't take 2 tokens yet, though. I will attempt to hide and disguise myself in an alleyway. So as I'm starting to notice and being a bit more cognizant of what's going on and hearing some shouts, I will run down what looks like a darker area. I'll say there's probably some boxes to the side, some material sort of tarping them over, and I will use that just to kind of hide myself into the shadows, away from the sort of gaslit streets, so you're able to run past and avoid me at the moment, or not catch me just yet. Okay, I've flipped a few times. Why don't we get you to flip a coin? So heads it's me, tails it's you.
Okay. Heads it's you, tails it's me. Heads.
Heads. Okay. All right. I still can't take a token because you got me twice. I will. From this alleyway, we'll say it's like the back of a public house. Someone comes stumbling out drunk. They haven't got a jacket on. It's quite cold. We'll say it's sort of autumn time. That makes sense, right? I will take off whatever jacket I was kind of, or blanket I was kind of wearing that you would have been chasing me in. I will put it around them. As they see me and see my sort of visage, they start running scared. But at least for the now will look like it's me. So I will mislead you with an object. Well, object. I'm calling a person an object. So I would technically gain a token, but I won't in this instance. Cool. We're 2 for 2. If you want to flip again.
Oh. Ah. Heads again.
Heads again. Sweet. Or I might actually get a token this time.
Lost it now as well, though.
Oh no.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, as this person runs off and will distract you momentarily, I will use that to start to run the opposite direction. So I will scurry across the street, find the entrance to the sewers. Somehow knowing in my brain that it's probably going to be the best place to go, I will scurry down into the muck below and start wading through that to avoid you. So I get a token. If you want to flip again.
Kind of hear the policeman go like, he went this way, down the alleyway, stop!
Then you hear the dung 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 of the sewer grate coming back down. But yeah, if you flip. Oh,
flip. flip.
It's all right.
Tails.
Tails, that's you. So there will be 3 for 3 now. So yeah, you get to pick which one you get.
3 for 3, right. I will. Oh my god, this is actually quite hard now. Where are you in the sewers? I think it will start raining, and you start to hear thunder. And as you are running through the sewers, and every so often there will be a grate.
Yeah.
And you'll hear, I just saw something in the sewers! It's him! Follow him down! And then I will appear in your vision as lightning crashes overhead, filling you with fear.
I discard
you
my
discard
token.
a token.
All right. Great. Okay, I'll flip for the last one then. We're both 3 for 3, so whoever gets this one will.
And we're both in the sewers now.
We're both in the sewers now, yeah. Heads.
The sewers.
Fantastic. So, I will. I'm in the sewers. What am I gonna do? I think I will carry on with that to gain a token back. So I will still scurry through those sewers. I see a way where it arcs off to a different part from where you are overhead, which gives me at least enough advantage to start to lose you in the maze of sewers, as you don't know quite where I've gone, so that I can run off and find a shelter somewhere. As you all, I'll say after a few, probably half an hour or so, realize that you have lost me in the sewers. So I managed to get 1 token on all of that. So now what I need to do is roll a d4. If I roll below the number of tokens I have, so I have to roll a 1 on my d4, I will get a coin. I did not roll a 1. I rolled a 4, so I do not get a coin at this point in time. Perfect. All right. In which case, then we go back to our scientist living the high life while I'm in the sewers. Which minigame would you like to do next?
What did we say? So, how about there's one called Receive a Letter?
Yeah, sure. I like this.
So, a letter arrived at my lodgings, sealed and signed in a familiar hand, bearing tidings of the world beyond the city that is blissfully ignorant of the dark undertakings that have consumed my mind these past months. So, the scientist plays, the creation takes the role of the correspondent. So, place a 6-sided die on the table.
Yep.
Here we go. With the 3 face up. This is representing the scientist's hope. Adjust the current hope value based on the story so far. The correspondent reads the letter to the scientist in order as written, and the scientist responds. When asked to throw, flip a coin.
Yeah.
So we get to the end of the letter. I would say that... So hope... Three is in the middle of the hope.
Yeah.
I would have said she'd have lost some hope when he ran off. However, after that very successful board meeting, which... How does that fit timeline-wise? Because I can't imagine that... Would that have been like an emergency board meeting in the middle of the night? Or is that maybe a day or 2?
If this is a couple of months later, we could go we're sort of doing flashback scenes through it. I'm going to do it as a movie in my mind. So we could say it's a few weeks after. Yeah, there is no timeline. Okay. Don't question the timeline, no. So yeah, we'll say that was probably a few weeks later, so this is a month or so after that. So...
And then, in which case, I'd say the hope is maybe 4, because if she had a successful board meeting, and let's just say that she hasn't seen you since.
No. So... Yeah, fine. Good with me, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say so.
Cool, okay. So, the letter then. So, who is the letter from? Who do you think is writing to you?
I would say the letter is from my father.
Father, great. How long has it been since you last spoke or corresponded?
I would say years.
Years, okay.
Yeah, years.
Cool.
Maybe 4, 5?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
I don't know.
No, that's fine. Yeah, a few years. Yeah, maybe anger that you went to university and didn't just get married or what have you, or whatever. Okay. So the letter will begin with salutations and greetings to you. If you want to flip a coin and then tell me if it's heads or tails.
Tails.
Tails. My greeting racks you with guilt and distress. Decrease your hope by 1. So you're down to 3. I start to tell you a story of home and your friends that you've not seen in years. So maybe the immediate me writing to you has sent you some guilt. I'll say he said something along the lines of, I know it's been a long time since we spoke, and that you have not communicated with me in a long time, to fill you with guilt and distress. But then, yeah, start to describe home. If you flip a coin again.
Okay. Tails again.
Decrease your hope. But the story is tragic news that you had not heard. We will say that your mother is ill, quite significantly ill, and they're not looking. It's not looking good for her at the moment. However, it will go on to say that I write of the rumours that swirl around you, though, and I'm concerned for your well-being. If you want to flip a coin again. Heads. The rumours bear no resemblance to your current circumstances and are easily dismissed, so increase your hope. So he will say probably something along the lines. Yeah, he says something along the lines of, I've heard these distressing rumours about you, but it sounds nothing like your character. I know you would not do this. I am merely annoyed at the malicious attempts on our family name. So then I will start to beg for some assurance of your safety and good health. So if you want to flip a coin again. Heads. Okay, you get to increase your hope by 1. I ask you to perform an action that you can achieve. So I will simply say, if you could write to us just so that we know you are okay and in good health, that would mean a lot to me and your ailing mother. And I will sign off with news that I'm on my way to visit you. If you flip a coin for me.
That's a tails.
Tails, okay. I feel like this should almost be the other way around. I sign off with news that I'm on my way to visit you. On tails, I will arrive in many weeks, and you fear you may not be able to welcome me. So decrease your hope. I would be more pleased this many weeks and not immediately.
Same.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, in a number of weeks he will visit you, not immediately, where you can at least, I guess, palm him off quite quickly. So
I will be gone by then. He will not see me.
Exactly. So what did you end up with on the die for your hope?
So I ended up with a 3.
3.
At the beginning.
You do not take a coin. You only take a coin if you get a 5 or higher on the hope. So you miss a coin this time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Cool.
It was not a good letter. It was not welcomed. No, it was not wanted.
It was a bit of a mix of a letter, really. Somewhat good, somewhat bad. Yeah. Okay. In which case, then, we will move on to my minigame. So, I decided with Seek Humanity. So, I'll read my little exposition, which is... I'm alone in the world, the only one of my kind, discarded by my creator. But there is good in the world, and if I can find it, perhaps I too may know a modicum of peace amidst my cursed existence. So, our scientist will take the role of an innocent. The innocent will hold a stack of tokens and ask 4 questions from the list. After each question, you will secretly place them in a pile that either denotes human or monster, so 2 different stacks. After you have finished asking questions, you will tell me what the stacks are, or tell me what the numbers of the stacks are. I will choose one of them, and then I roll a 4-sided die to see if I can gain a coin from this at the very least, whether I'm a human or a monster. So, in terms of who the innocent is, I think after my daring escape from the sewers, I managed to find a small, probably in the poorest, squalid part of the city, a kind of boarding house of sorts. There was a room that's essentially been abandoned, maybe it had some fire damage years before, and so is completely unoccupied, is probably a hazard, but is still part of this building, and I've ended up staying in there. However, I've spent some time to fix bits up as I'm sort of teaching myself skills and sort of watching people. I'll say you're probably the manager of this kind of boarding house, that you have come to know me, maybe you saw me in passing at one point, so you at least didn't see me face to face and have a horrified look, but you've come to understand that I'm just trying to live and not really do much else, and maybe then started to leave me food or what have you, and sort of take care of me a little bit. So you get to ask me questions as we find ourselves, we'll say probably in the room. Maybe you just delivered something off.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. And how many do I ask you? 4?
Yeah, 4.
Okay. So what kind of life do you desire, my love? You're always working hard. What is it you want?
I don't know. I think I want to just understand. I want to find good people. I want to be left alone mostly. I don't want to be hunted anymore.
Interesting. What do you think the purpose of humankind is?
I don't know. I think it is to build things, to find ways of doing things that haven't been done before. That is what I think my creator wanted. I think mostly it is just to find people like you and to find love.
Who is your creator?
She is... I don't even know her name. She made me and abandoned me because I wasn't what she wanted. I don't know who she is, but I hate her for it.
What is it you see when you look at me?
I see goodness. You do not judge me, though I look the way I do. You have been kind to me when you didn't need to be. I see a friend.
And that we are, my love. We're friends. You keep fixing this house up. You can stay as long as you want.
Thank you. Goes back to fixing something.
Oh my god.
Dear. All right. So, human or monster? What have we got in the stacks?
I gave you 3 human, 1 monster.
Sounds about right. Okay, if I roll a d4, so if I get, I'll pick the human stack. If I roll 3 or under, I get a coin. I rolled a 2. I get a coin. Thank God, I get 1. Cool. Okay, so more humans so far. Fantastic.
Yeah. God, why am I such a bitch?
Hey, it's one of those. It's the way the story's set up. I mean, who knows? I could have played him really angry. I just see him as quite sad.
So do I.
Yeah. Poor little guy. All right. A desperate inquiry, then, I think, was the one that you chosen next, right?
Yeah, the third minigame for the scientist is make a desperate inquiry. So, is this the right one that I've selected? Yeah. My creation was loose, stalking the city at night, burning with some unspeakable devilish purpose. Desperate to undo my mistake and rid the world of this abomination, I sought out every scrap of information I could about the creature, its movements, its actions. Somewhere I would find the key that would allow me to destroy it utterly. So the scientist plays. The creation takes the role of the witness. The witness becomes a different character in between each statement.
Oh God!
Who are they? I know.
Oh,
Oh
put
boy,
my acting
this
skills on
is,
the line now. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. The witness becomes a different character in between each statement. Who are they, and what have they heard of the scientist, and what do they think? So at the start of the game, the scientist chooses 2 different numbers between 1 and 4, inclusive, and I write them down.
Okay.
After each statement, the scientist rolls a 4-sided dice, and if the result matches one of the chosen numbers, cross it off.
Okay.
The witness gives statements to the scientist, which the scientist answers, and the game ends after 4 statements. If the scientist has marked both of the numbers chosen at the start of the game, I take a coin.
Okay. Cool. All right. So 4 statements.
Okay,
then.
so
Go for it.
I choose 2 different numbers between 1 and 4. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang
You
on.
choose your number, write them down.
Got it.
Cool. All right. Okay. So I will be different witnesses. All right. We'll say first witness feels easy. Let's say it wasn't that long after the escape. It is the man that got thrust into their cloak and made to run off through the police. So he comes to you at some point in time, not long after that, or as you start making inquiries. I'd say he probably doesn't know anything about you, this one at least, but maybe he's just heard that you're after information about anything strange going on, and doesn't really have much of a thought about it. He's pretty much an alcoholic at this point, I'm going to say, but was just kind of slurring to you a little bit and just like, yeah, I saw a creature 2 nights ago. It was kind of hunched in an alley in a cloak. I saw it walking along the canal, though, not long after that. I thought I saw it go into the sewers, but then I don't know if it was the same night or another night. It was walking along by a canal, but I don't really know what it was up to. Do you know what it might have been doing?
A few nights ago, you say?
Yeah.
And was it raining?
Yeah.
Thunder? Lightning?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Lightning, thunder, yeah, all that.
Yeah, okay. I believe that it was escaping justice, and the Scotland Yard were after it. It was running away.
Next time I find it,
you did well to stay away from it. I imagine it's dangerous.
I mean, it gave me its cloak and then kind of ran off, so yeah. Next time I'll make sure I get Scotland Yard on it, though.
It gave you its cloak?
Yeah. Still wearing it.
Interesting.
Cool.
Good. I've got everything I need from you. You can go now.
Great. Goes off back to the pub. Okay, have you rolled your die to see if it hits one of your numbers?
D4, yeah?
Yeah.
Do I tell you if it does or not?
No, let's save it to the end. I think I've still got to ask 4 regardless, so you just make sure you mark that it has. Okay, we'll say... okay, the next person is a elderly, sort of noble-ish woman who does some charity work in the poorer district. Probably knows you just from the circles of people. I think going to university and stuff, you would come from money at that time, so maybe just knows a little bit of you, but not the depth of your work. Probably just sees you as kind of a strange, abnormal woman because you don't just want to marry rich and settle down. We'll say for this person, but she comes to you again, hearing that you're looking for news of this, and well, I heard that it broke into a home and has terrorized the inhabitants there ever since. I don't know what it wanted, but I'm sure it has been scared out by now since I've told the police about it.
Yes, exactly. Whereabouts was the home? Was it a large home, small home, broken home? Rich home?
Very small. This is in the poorer district, the one that boards the those less affluent than us. It had a fire a few years ago, I believe, but yes, I was just walking through there and giving some donations. The board mistress didn't seem too bothered about it though, which I thought was strange. So whether she's harbored it as a secret, I don't know.
And did she say anything about why she wasn't scared of such a horrible thing?
She just simply said it was just like you and me, which I don't believe in the slightest. But I don't know. I try not to dwell too much there or to get too involved in what they're doing.
No, of course not. And did it just leave? Is it still there now?
I think it's been scared off by now. This was a little while ago.
Oh, okay. Well, it was lovely to see you again. We must catch up at the next function.
Absolutely, that sounds delightful. And she will make her way out. Okay, if you roll your dice, if you hit one of your numbers. They stuck up.
Okay.
Okay. This time it will be one of the board members, I'm going to say. The one that was a little bit kinder to you in the questioning, that was trying to help a little bit more than hinder. He will come up to you. Be like, Doctor, I know it's been a while and you haven't been able to show us this thing that you created, but I've heard rumors that it has gotten loose in the city, that you've created it and it is running rampant. What are you going to do to stop it?
Look, what if I were to tell you that it had got loose, and despite my best efforts and despite Scotland Yard's best efforts, it eludes us? I don't know any advice on what I could do to get it back?
It is your creation. Can you not lure it back somehow?
Don't you think I have tried that?
If the rest of the board I can keep this under wraps for a little bit longer, but if the rest of the board gets wind of this is your career over.
Yes, I know, exactly. And I do not need them to have the satisfaction of the failure of this. Look, I may need some help with getting this thing back. There aren't many people that I have entrusted this knowledge with.
I'll do what I can to keep them off your back and to at least postpone when you need to display this to us. But you need to capture it.
I'm trying. I do have one last idea that I haven't tried.
Okay. And then finally, if you roll your die again, and then finally, the university librarian comes up to you, a fairly young man, I'll say in this, probably has probably been a classmate, or at least in the same year, but went into sort of the library instead of pursuing much more than this, as a literature student. But again, catching wind, I say rumours are probably spread fairly wide that there is something on the loose. People are looking for it. Some people under wraps have been told to come to you. The board is probably putting more pressure on you two at this point. But this young man comes over to you and says, "You're looking for a strange creature? I've heard one of the board members has told me to come and speak to you."
I will kind of grab him by like the this bit and kind of drag him to somewhere that's like quiet. He's like, "What exactly do you mean? Who has told you this?" James from the board. It will be the person that you would know him as, the one that's trying to keep people off your back. He told me to speak to you because I saw this strange person in the librry yesterday morning. What did you see? When did you see it? What did you do? Tell me now!
Yesterday morning, there was a man, or what I thought was a man. He was wearing quite poor clothing, but he had scarring across his face. He was just looking at the books. I didn't do anything. I just thought I'd give him a chance to read some books, and then he left.
Did he take anything? What was he reading?
I think it was anatomy. He was reading some books. I think one of the books he had was one of your research papers. That's all I saw when I picked them back up off the desk.
And who else have you told about this?
Nobody. I only said to James that I'd seen something strange happening. I didn't say any more about what he was looking at.
Keep it that way. Don't tell a single soul, not even James, and don't come to me again. And I will walk away.
Yeah. Okay. Bitch, no. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Okay. Yeah, if you roll your die again. Cool.
What is that? Why can't I read it?
I had that. This was my dice.
So
go.
I picked a 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
And I rolled 4, 4, 1, 4.
Hey, it's not meant to be. You don't get a coin.
Fuming.
Oh dear, that's so funny.
That's like a solid opposite. That I'm not meant to do well in this.
No, I was gonna say
I'm clearly not good.
my brain goes like you'd have more chance to roll a 2 and a 3, so I equally would have picked that. But absolutely valid.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know why, but oh dear.
Oh man. All right. So I think we each have one coin at the moment, don't we? And then it is my last go.
Yeah.
So I am doing Hunt Through the Streets. So we'll say this is probably a little after you found, you've been told about him being at the library. He has clearly been spending time since getting chased out of the home that he was staying at, not by the woman who boarded him, but by random people who don't understand. Has then spent some time trying to find you. So I stalk through the streets, face hidden from those who come and go, blissful and peaceful, unaware how close they stand to me and the darkness that consumes me. I search, desperate for the one I seek among these twisted streets. He has been hunting you. So I choose a target, so I'm choosing the scientist in this instance. So you will be the target in this. So the creation poses up to 3 challenges to the target. And the target can choose to push on or give up and allow themselves to be captured. When asked to throw, flip a coin. The game ends after 3. If the target has not been caught, they escape. If the creature catches the target, the creature receives a coin and the target poses the final challenge. So, I managed to find you in the university and have started chasing you out of that. So the first challenge I'll put... I follow you into a crowd where you attempt to blend in and lose me in the throng of people around. Do you point me out to the citizens to cause a panic? If so, throw, and then we'll see what happens.
I think over the past few weeks and months, she's becoming more and more ashamed of what she has done, and all the news, all the rumours, even if people have gone missing and it's not the monster's fault, people are attributing it to it, you know, like urban myth sort of thing. She's been reading them. She doesn't know if it's true or not. She has a deep down feeling that it isn't. However, I think out of shame, I would not point you out to the citizens. Okay.
In which case I will continue pursuing you through the crowd. Okay. I will then, as we get through the crowd, there are people coming the opposite direction and filling the street and making it harder for you to carry on down the actual sort of thoroughfare of people. Maybe there's some kind of festival on. If I've said we're in a sort of autumn at the beginning of it, maybe we're in winter now and it's Christmas. There's Christmas markets.
Yeah, let's say, yeah. New Year even. If it's dark,
New Year. Let's do New Year. Yeah, let's end this at the start of the year. You are pushed into a narrow alleyway that's littered with obstacles. Do you proceed down the alleyway?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, you shall.
Great. Heads or tails? Throw me a coin, please. Flip me a coin, please.
Do you want to do it, or shall I flip?
You flip for this one. I'll flip for the next one.
Flip. Okay. Tails.
You stumble and fall. I manage to catch you.
Oh, God.
So I will... Cool, yeah, so I've grabbed you. Yeah. In which case then, as I grab you, I put my hand over your mouth so you can't scream. I will start to drag you, not really speaking to you at this moment. I will drag you just out of the city. For some reason, this city is by a sheer cliff drop.
As it is in Victorian times.
Naturally, maybe it is actually set in Edinburgh, and I drag you up to the castle and just drop you off the end of that.
No.
Yeah, I know. Let's not ruin Edinburgh. So I will corral you up to this sheer drop. And I don't even think I speak to you. I think I just point for you to throw yourself off of it. Do you leap? No. I think with you not...
Too much of a coward.
Fair. I think with you not leaping then, and that being the end of the 3 challenges, I would still have you caught, I'd say, at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let's flip a coin for it. Still tails. So yeah, I still have you caught. Instead, I will grab you.
Fine.
And you are now at my mercy. I think I will. I think what I do is I drag you back to the university, to your lab where it all began, so that we can have the final confrontation where it all started. So we go to the final confrontation then.
So we finally stand face to face, and the events of the last months are heavy on our minds.
Scars we have inflicted on each other, on our hearts, the sky above us stormy and laden with portent.
We will not both return from this, not in the way we may hope.
Okay. So, in the final confrontation to this, and you can declare this at any time, but we've done it this way through the course of the game. We will describe a little bit of our surroundings, which I think I've kind of done. But the one question that I do really like is, what do we notice about each other? I've dragged us back to the lab where it began. I'd say probably at this point, unless you disagree, that it's probably in a bit of a state of disarray, as you have been probably in a bit of a spiral since everything that's happened.
Yep.
And then what do we notice about the opposite? I think I would notice in you or in the scientist probably tiredness. I think you'd probably have quite prominent bags under your eyes at this point from days, maybe weeks of not really sleeping, fearing where I might be, what I might be doing, your position in the university. And so you probably look more haggard than you were when I first met you, quite tired, maybe even an element of having given up. Yeah.
And I notice in you, you are more composed. You are more... There is an anger, but it is a calm anger. It feels like... It's not like this wild anger, it's an internal...
Yeah.
I see the more of a hatred in the eyes rather than a confusion.
Yeah.
But you stand taller, you stand straighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing a heck of a lot better than I am.
Yeah. Tables have turned significantly. Cool. So we will count the amount of coins that we have won from other mini games. I caught you, so I got 2. So you have 1 and I have 2. Great.
I have 1.
So we will spend the coins 1 for 1 to make any of the challenges to the side, taking it in turns. Challenges can be repeated. The game ends when one of us admits defeat or poses the final challenge at the end. / when all of our coins are spent, and then we will go into a bit of an epilogue and narrate what happens afterwards, depending on what goes on. I suppose as I've got 2, I'll start, because then it'll be me, you, me.
Yeah.
What do I want to do? Yeah. I won't legitimately scream down your ear on the mic, but I will choose a challenge. I scream an accusation on you, at you, drawing on a well of white-hot hatred. Do you respond or do you ignore me? I think he almost roars to the heavens, staring you down that hatred in full force now, the calmness kind of evading slightly. As... accusation would he shout? I think he would probably just shout with hatred. You discarded me. Why?
I did. I did because you weren't what I was hoping for. You didn't turn out right. You didn't turn out to be what I had visioned, what I had hoped for, what I so desperately wanted back.
What did you want?
You don't seem to remember, and that's fine, just because it's... Your body does not necessarily mean it has your mind. I wanted you back. I wanted you, I wanted my twin brother back. And you are not him. You are in body. But that's it.
Okay. I think he just roars again, trying not to hear what you're saying. But you are able to spend a coin to issue your, or to pick one of the challenges for you.
Oh, I shall draw a pistol concealed in my clothes.
Yes.
I will, of course, have had pockets sewn into my steps.
Naturally.
And I will have a small pistol.
Okay, yeah. So...
Do you avoid my shot, or do I strike you? I would say that the look in her eye is more fear rather than intent.
I don't avoid it. I will take the shot. And I think in a twisted way for him, and he will shout this, but I will narrate what goes on in his mind as well. I think in a twisted way for him, this confirms that he doesn't think you care about him because you're willing to kill him. And he will just shout lies as the shots will go through. Where do you aim the gun when you're shooting?
I'm not very good at it. I purely bought it out of panic.
Yeah.
To defend myself should I ever come across you in the dark alley. I
Naturally.
have no experience with a firearm. I would say the shoulder.
Yeah, sure. Hits him in the shoulder.
Because
probably the wrong one. Yeah.
It's exactly. Like it's certainly not lethal. It's certainly not. I mean, it probably hurts, but I don't think it wasn't necessarily shoot to kill. But
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoots into his shoulder as he screams in pain and screams lies at you. All right.
And I will drop the gun after I shoot.
Good. But you drop the gun in the panic. Cool. I will.
Some of these challenges are brutal.
I know, some of them are really brutal. You need to, for those watching, to buy the games
love
so you
it.
can read all of these.
I love it.
Oh god, it's so hard to choose.
I know, it really is.
It feels right. I think as you drop the gun and maybe stumble back a little bit, I will lash out and try to hit you with or hammer you with my strongest blow as I roar with rage. Do you succumb or do you withstand my assault?
Oh, and she's not exactly like hench or anything. She's a Victorian lady.
Yeah.
But she is not the kind to have a swooning bench or anything like that. So
of course.
I don't think she'd succumb, but it would be like a really heavy blow. It would leave some permanent damage, surely.
Yeah, I think so. I think if I strike out, and I think See, I think he would go.
Come on, where you hitting me? Where you connecting?
No, I'm thinking that now, and I'm thinking to breathe ahead. To be honest, I think unfortunately he would go straight for to sort of backhand, almost sort of mirroring at the start where he kind of hit your arm to move away. He hits this time, connects where he wants to. Smashes you into the side of the head, which would at least leave probably a significant concussion, if nothing else, given we said how strong he is.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, all coins are spent. I suppose it would be the final challenge question. It feels only right that you ask me it, though, because if I have you on the ground currently taking a blow.
You have me at your mercy. Do you strike me down?
I don't think he does. I think leaning into that human bit that he took earlier.
Yeah.
I think as he hits you and it connects, and there's probably quite a sickening noise for a moment, but you are still somewhat okay. I think tears start forming in his eyes, and he kind of will scarper backwards to the back wall, crying but calming himself down a little bit as you are sort of laying there on the ground.
Am I conscious?
Yeah, I'll give you consciousness. Yeah, no, you can be conscious. Hurt, but conscious.
I think as he starts crying, she will kind of compose herself to some extent. There'll be blood, she'll be woozy, and she'll look dead in the eye and just say, Felix, please forgive me.
I think he just whispers the name Felix to himself. As it's the first time he's been given a name in all of this, or the first time he's consciously been given a name as we've played. So again, Felix. I think we probably close the scene on that point. However, we can narrate a bit of an epilogue. I'll give you starting point. What do you think, if anything, the scientist does either immediately after that or in some time following it?
I hadn't thought that far.
No, I know, it's hard, isn't it?
I don't know. She certainly wouldn't hang about for her father to come back.
Fair enough, yeah.
And I think in her mind, if she had succeeded in this, she would have gone to visit her ailing mother. But because she did not, she will not. I think her pride is probably... She will not want to see anyone from the university again after this. I think she will do a moonlit flit. Just gone.
Yeah.
She will take with her the single most important notebook, though, with everything. And she will take with her, she has a locket, as all Victorian ladies do.
Naturally.
Of her and her twin. And she will just go. I'll leave it up to you whether she does anything with you or not.
I think he wouldn't go with you. I think he would want to start in a similar way, start again and forget all this happened. I think at the beginning he would try and stay here, maybe go back to the house where the woman who'd shown him kindness lived. But I think he would probably quickly get run out of the city as rumors will go abound that you have disappeared. There is blood in your laboratory. People saw him take you, or saw a creature-like thing take you. There are many rumors about you making the creature coming to take its revenge and murdering you. And so for the most part, most people think you are killed, I think, which enables you to go and escape and do a new life. And I think he almost is forced to do the same thing of, at some point it will get too dangerous. He will ask that woman to forgive him. Tell her his name is Felix, though, when he gets a chance. But he will run off, find somewhere he can sort of start again and start anew and just be a slightly disfigured man, as he sort of learns the way of the world somewhere else. And if they cross paths again at any point, who knows? But yeah, I think that makes sense. Ah.
Oh boy.
I know, right in the feels. I keep doing this to you, or I bring you on games and then absolutely destroy you emotionally.
I love it though.
I know.
I love being emotionally destroyed in fictional games.
Same. Much more so than in real life. As I flip my hair back to how I normally have it and it gets out of my face. Cool, all right. I mean, that brings us to the end of tonight's little duet of our quite...
I loved it.
I know, it was really good. Of our quite philosophically driven Gothic tale, I feel, in this instance. Yeah. But huge thank you to you, Becca, for joining me tonight and playing this with me. Where can people find you online?
Thanks for asking me.
Oh, of course, naturally. You know you're welcome anytime.
I'll hold you to that. It's out in the public domain.
Absolutely,
so. Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, Misty Moon Illustrations. I'm on Etsy, Misty Moon Illustrates. I don't think I could have the full name as my Etsy shop. Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Great, cool. Please go and check all of that out. And thank you to those of you that watched along. If you enjoyed the show, please consider following, liking, subscribing, all that great stuff. And if you want to watch other shows that we have previously done of our campaigns, please go and head over to Bard Shots on YouTube, where you can catch up on everything we've watched before, and keep an eye on our socials to find out what's coming next. You'll find us everywhere at NomadicBard93. But join us next week, where we will be back to our normal one-shot show, and we're playing Force of Extinction with some cool people. And our next duet next month with a different wonderful guest is The Time We Have, which is a great sort of apocalyptic zombie based tale about two brothers. Ironically, both of them are going to be horror and siblings. But hey, it's all good. But keep an eye out for dates, casting announcement, all that great stuff. But until then, I've been Luke, your nomadic bard, and this has been Bard Shot. So good night, everybody. Thank you.